Hey everybody, this is David LaBarge. This is my Pecha Kucha project for my Game Design Tools 1 class at Full Sail University. Today I'm going to teach you how to make homemade BLT pizza. This is one of my favorite pizzas and it took me about 3 years to perfect this recipe, so I really hope you enjoy it. So as I said, I created this recipe in 2009 during my work period at Little Caesars when I was experimenting with different pizzas. Me and my family were talking about opening a pizza restaurant soon, so I just wanted to experiment as much as I could with all the different available resources I had. The ingredients you will need are dough balls, mozzarella cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomatoes, margarine, garlic salt, Parmesan cheese, oregano, Italian seasoning, and garlic powder. This is for the pizza, the garlic sauce, and the breadsticks. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to proof the dough. Now proofing the dough helps to stretch it out later, to maintain its form as you stretch it out. You want to let the dough ball sit in a pot of olive oil for about 3 to 5 hours with a plastic wrap over it so nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Flour up the table when you're done. Put the dough ball on the table, make sure both sides are floured up. This will help to stretch it out. It'll help the elasticity of the dough. Use a rolling pin in your hands to stretch it. Sometimes it'll start to shrink back into form, but you can just stretch it back out easily. Spray the pizza pans with non-stick spray. I can't tell you how many times I forgot to put the spray on and the pizza got stuck to the pan. You gotta fit the dough onto the sheet, stretch it out to fit the pan if you need be. Also, it's important to preheat the oven to 500 degrees at this point. Therefore, when you're ready to put the pizza in, it's ready to go. Now, the next step is to spread mayonnaise across the dough. Miracle Whip is my personal favorite. It's made with vegetables and is very healthy for you. Start in the middle and evenly coat outwards. A little goes a long way, so trust me. A little bit of mayonnaise is good. Too much, it'll coat the flavor of the pizza. This is for a recipe for 4 pizzas. Cheese the pizza. Approximately 1 pound of cheese will do on each pizza. Start outside and work towards the middle. When you put the pizza in the oven, the cheese will melt in towards the middle, so you want to put more on the outsides. So focus on putting them on the outside. First set of toppings for the 4 pizzas. 1 pound of pre-shredded lettuce. You can get it at any grocery store. It doesn't matter where. But I personally like the Kroger brand. Approximately 1/2 of a cup spread out thoroughly throughout the pizza. Should cover each piece perfectly fine. For the second topping, you want to get 3 whole tomatoes and make sure you cut and dice them to very fine pieces. I used to cut them into bigger pieces and I found it harder for my little sisters to eat it because the pieces were so big. So cut it finely, spread it thoroughly throughout, like a couple pieces per slice. My third topping is bacon. 2 packets of pre-cooked bacon bits usually do it. You can buy it at any grocery store. Again, I chose Kroger. It's the closest and cheapest thing. 1 handful is definitely plenty. You don't want to give yourself a heart attack from eating this pizza. So just 1 handful. Before you put it in, ensure your toppings are spread out. You don't want them all focused in the center or on the outside. Stretch the dough to fit the 16-inch pan, so therefore you get the full 16-inch pizza. Place in oven for 20 minutes. No more, no less. That's what the pizza should look like right before you put it into the oven. Notice I've got all the toppings spread out. It fits the pan perfectly, and I left the crust on the outside for something a little later that we're going to be adding. Also, the tomatoes are a little big there because this picture was taken before I decided to cut them smaller. Now for the garlic sauce. What I like to do is I like to soften 2 sticks of margarine before we start putting in all the stuff for the sauce. You want to put it in the pot and melt it until it starts bubbling. That way it makes it easier to add all the ingredients later on. After that, you want to add the garlic salt, Parmesan cheese, oregano, Italian seasoning, and garlic powder. Garlic powder helps enhance the tangy taste of the sauce. You want to keep stirring this until all the contents are fully combined. You'll notice the little bits of oregano are still going to be in there. Now for breadsticks, once again, flour up any extra dough you have, stretch it out, and you want to cut it vertically into 6 to 8 pieces. Try to make it as even as possible. Add garlic sauce and Parmesan cheese, and then you can just put it to the side to be put in the oven later. Now while the pizza's cooking, you want to keep stirring the garlic sauce when it bubbles. Also, you might want to keep an eye on the pizza to ensure that the cheese is melting properly underneath the toppings, because there have been many times where I forgot to check and I had to re-put the pizza in the oven because the cheese was not melted properly. When the crust is golden brown and the cheese is melted, take the pizza out. Take the garlic sauce that you just made and spread it along the crust of the pizza. You could also take out breadsticks if you made them and recoat them with garlic sauce. The garlic sauce helps bring out the taste of the crust on the pizza. Let the pizza sit for about 5 to 10 minutes to cool. About 5-10 minutes should do perfectly fine. Cut into 10 medium-sized pieces. That's just what we do. You can do it 8 pieces or 6. Ensure that the garlic sauce has dried into the crust. Nobody wants to grab a piece of pizza drenched in garlic sauce. And that is a picture of the finished product. You can see the garlic sauce on the outside, and the cheese is melted inwards. So, I hope you guys enjoy the recipe, and let me know how it is.